3集了。我记得我是玩到第3集啊。啊，存档点。
Ow! Ow! I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird. Hey, Al. I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
Okay, there.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
Bye now.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the Oh Dear
Diner.
Good girl.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
us?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
小岛火山爆发，那不就是在第二集他那一个，在第二集那个小岛那边。
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook store. The Scratchin' Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part.
哪一个吗？
All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
那个人有点疯疯癫癫的。
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
有。
Welcome to... Oh dear. Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What?
我靠！他下药。
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
Alright. Deserve more money. So
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't...
车子在那里 ，OK 的。
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Spillane!
I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake! Come on! Make it easy! Get after it! Don't let him get away!
是要从这里。
Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the rider on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
So 那个老奶奶也是假的。我靠！我靠！三下。警车还会翻，他们人在下面。
啊，你好，我是来吓你的，我真没有吓到。
现在还没有到恐怖的地方。
可恶！等下恐怖的地方我再来吓你。
拜托别！
这是恐怖游戏啊！
是啊，这是恐怖游戏。
听得到自己的回音好奇怪。
还好啦。
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
可是有10集，我现在久玩1集。
你的标题不是自己作死吗？之前说那个抖恐怖游戏也会玩，那谁还要抖打看恐怖游戏啊
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
心灵鸡汤这个标题不是应该是很和谐的游戏才对吗？
和谐啊！他这个游戏我玩完才知道它是不和谐的游戏，有够恐怖的啦！
心灵鸡汤一听就感觉是那种比较吃技巧的。
这叫艾伦沃克，对吧？我觉得他还蛮吃技巧。
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James, we got both.
哦，我好像有看过别人玩过这个游戏，好像阿神之前有直播过。
好像是呢。
就是好像是那个什么，在要等那个某个人要到这个塔，然后去找他。 然后他就一直在上面一直开灯在等他。
I could see the lights
是这个游戏对不对？
是啊，应该是这个游戏，没意外的话。
因为那个时候我看到他好像已经快要玩完了，所以应该在还蛮后段的。
靠腰
因为你这个。
I imagine that the broadcast tower in the
算了，等下
distance
恐怖的
was
地方
part
再
of the
回来
local
好了。
radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to
都
the
是
coal
恐
mine.
怖游戏啊。
那晚一点再来找你。
是这样子的吗？晚一点，我这个应该很快就玩。
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate.
好吧，
The
那就
darkness
等
that was
下一次
after
恐
me
怖的
was
时候再
trying to
说咯。
stop me. I wouldn't get through without a fight.
要找光源。
There was no power to the searchlight.
探照灯没有接电，所以我要给它发电，用爱发电。这电线感觉就好危险，还会喷火。传说中的一开就坏，哇！好吧。等一下上个厕所。哎呀，现在还没有到恐怖的地方，应该等一下就会。不知道。这边是检查点。没有武器。哇！才5个电池。好吧。至少我有手电筒，有手电筒，我的存活率应该。
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1 come in over. 我有闪光弹。我领老子！哇，是这么方便的吗？哦，可是这样又没血。2个人太 少，还太少。哦。
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me.
继续走。 往哪边走？往这里。好有我。往这里走吧。哦呦呀！哦，我的老天鹅！ 哎呦呀！哦，这闪光弹好痛苦哦！它不会瞬爆，它是……我靠！我靠！有啊啊！靠有啊！哦呦哦呦！哦！ What the fucking... Ôi 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 Ninh đầu hả?
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Why, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
Well, I just don't see why it's got bothered with doing the run.
What do you mean?
What do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens instead of wasting resources on those people.
来偷听一下他的这流程。
Let the try to sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
How can I be sure?
I had no idea how to get to the coal mine. Maine would know. And I had a feeling I wouldn't get a chance to ask anyone else anytime soon.
Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free. marched out, his cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
所以他为什么要杀我啊？哦，信号火炬 ，nice。老子有枪！来，刚才的人嘞，我都要跳出来啊！妈的，不是威胁我哈？嗯，看，我枪。跟你讲，有枪就是丢。然后往这里走。
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they had been left for someone like me to use.
Hey, 有子弹又有枪，哇，舒服。没有理由啊，打 BOSS 是不是啊？我靠！哟！
去找一下聊天吗？
啊！
可可拜拜，明星拜拜。
啊，装子弹有个慢。可以了，我喜欢。哎呦，我的闪光弹只剩1颗了。这是什么？也不知道这能不能回血。哎呀，我听到有人的声音，应该是错觉吧？我的fucking。等我一下。舒服。啊，你看，子弹多，快乐。先来看一下。
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
原来我已经需要联邦来抓我。
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. I look at you, Alan, and it's not
干你娘！被鳗鱼压成智障。
looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
头破血流。
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
桥，这可以上去，这可以上去。
干！
干，这里如果有人就很难躲。
干，能量世界白白的，好小啊！
自己我靠，一路要更年轻吧。
讲错话了，操你妈！
把东西掉下来。哦呦喂！
讲错话了吼！
Everything in its path.
死不。
讲错话了，再不好好讲话干。
What the fuck？ 打 boss 啊！
The opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
干，不是，我操你哦！
这惨叫哀嚎到心里面呢。
我啥毛都没有做哎，我又被推下去了，哇靠！丢！
我也啥毛都没有做，都被压成智障啊干！
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
言之有理。对不起，对不起，我不走那里，我不走那里。哦呦喂！
告诉我们好好讲话，讲错的话变智障。我干！干，对不起，我要变智障！干，我要变智障了！对，我要变智障了。 太小了，太小了！
我真他妈要死了！你们安静一点！哦 ，fuck you！
The opposite shore. I
怎么
hoped I
活
could
不
find
下
a car
来
from there.
啊？
哦，王者出来了！哦吼，再来干！对不起，我错！
哦，我活不下去，扣腰。还是那个要赶快跑，不能待在那里。我觉得有道理。
干！
我等一下。
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger.
看，我惹到一个不能惹的人，妈嘞！
休息够了就。
我惹到一个不能惹的人，干！头破血流，我操！
What the fucking？ 我靠腰嘞！
干！记得。
我是无辜的，我是无辜的，鸡人狗！
烦，什么东西？
the opposite shore.
靠腰，
I
过不
hoped
去
I could find a car
啦
from。there.
三
但是哪
下，
里呀？
我看一下你怎么了。
干，哦哟，卡关。我丢一颗闪光弹，哎不对，我应该丢信号弹，然后之后再丢一颗闪光弹。
哦，干！
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
爸爸应该那哀嚎的哀嚎到心里面去了。
往这里对不对？靠腰，不是哦，不。哦，这里，哇，我的信号弹什么都没了，哦的呀！
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel.
我就被这个打靠。
Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I
这是还
didn't
没躲
understand
过
what I
去，
was looking
我
at.
靠！
The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
哎，等一下，他好像还会看第二个。
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
预知结果 ，What the fucking？
气的。
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
我还有强力手电筒，真的。 先到处看一下有没有东西没有捡。哇，我火炬只，我的那个信号弹丢了2个，哇，我的火炬有点亏，很亏。哇靠！谁报警啊？ surprise 呢？没事，我还活着。先，哎，有这个应该往上。 吓死我了！哦，信号火炬赞啊！信号。Open。
We take the facts of our existence for
为什么要
granted,
是这个？
unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast
看一下，是我下一个吗？
The
被黑暗。
darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
话说我这是第3局吗？伐木场。哇！哎呦喂呀！我靠！
我真想要来吓你，结果你就自己吓自己。可可，可可，你去撞他，他就停下来了。
看他在冲三小啦！哎，他会杀队友哎！
你去撞他，他就停下来了。
哎呦呀！不要了，不要撞他！我信号弹刚丢他都没用。
没时间解释了，快上车！
不行，这台车我上不了。
上车！
上车了，可可。 啊！
对不起，再见，すいません。你不会跟着出来吧？对。没事。
还是要讲，该练习一下怎么爬墙。
爬墙。 哦，我可以开车耶！棒。
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Eh呀，我觉得这边好像可以上去。人就是要充满着好奇心。我觉得这边好像有东西，我现在看一下。其实这边也是哦，这里是那个检查点啊，你看。
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM, folks. I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you.
我有超多台车，刚才不知道一直往那边开，我不知道。这台车好废啊！有够鸡巴难控制啊！感觉我这台车要坏了。哦，引擎盖被我先开了。我引擎盖先开了。感觉快坏掉了。换车，这台车你看，引擎盖已经被我先开。哦，跑车， nice。我要去探索一下，在白天的时候可以这样探索，晚上就不行了。
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc,
KBF FM.
Finding that special someone, that soulmate. Well, you were talking about that.
白天就是轻松简单，那边是哪里啊？好漂亮！哦，这台车帅，这台一定是跑车。是煤气厂吗？是这里吗？红豆泥？我现在就是，哎呦，掉下来！我现在就是不作死不会死，哎呀，卡住了！我死定了，好没有。
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
现在变成博物馆，我也知道是博物馆。主建筑物，对，到底是哪里啊？我在哪里？我现在人在干嘛？哦，还好我有上来啊。主建筑物是那一栋吗？这就跟我走路踩楼梯的时候，然后一个没注意，然后滑踩空一样哦。可以。这才是第3集啊。
Spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Maude hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife though, and he liked what he saw. Maude had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight. But it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much. 好吧。那我开着车。
大概附这边吧。刚刚那个阅读。OK。那我们敲破啊！我拿一个武器让我那个好不好？有点高。
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know.
Oh, 动画。
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
但是传说中的黑暗魅影又跑过来。黑暗魅影。啊
Wait, where the hell are you? Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by you.
You want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello?
Ah!
I'm gonna kill him.
我跟我老婆讲个话，她也不给我。
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
我要。
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
给我开门啊！我要从哪里下去？他说我要从哪里下去？我要从哪出去啊？逮狗啊！ 回吧，我在这边要出去就卡关啊！我要走楼梯，他不给我走哎、那我是要干嘛？那我要怎么下去？从这里下去？为什么是从那里啊？有门不走？ What the hell？ 蠢吗？白痴吗？而他强制要我们带这个东西。啊？ 外面有楼梯，你不走？要走这个？靠腰，绝壁有鬼！妈的，这什么？
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
她是他的缪斯女神。我跟你说，绝对要打架。啊，要怎么过去啊？血啦！哎呦！我跟你说，绝对。嫩。每到紧要关头，绝对不想留闪光灯。哇，这么大的吗？我要走哪里？大哥，我迷路了，大哥。大哥，往前走啊！
往前走，直接。
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
被电死。这里亮亮的，哇，是亮！冲啊，亮亮的！这好像东西。
野区很嗨，看下。
哦，艰辛。真的那个人怎么一跑过来，可是这个脑子挺强。这些我放弃挣扎。
没有。
语音爆满了，没有我的位置啊。Q。
什么语音爆满？
换餐商馆被取消了，位置 Q。
等一下，
就换唱3光 Q。
心好强，我心好强。Yes。
等下不吃了，我还以为你在玩什么那个 BF1。
靠you啊！
我还以为你还在，我听到信号枪，以为你在玩那个战地。
没有啊，这个也有信号枪。
话说有 BF5 出了，你有想要买吗？我好奇。
我已经买了。我 BF5已经买下去。
我知道，然后 BF 系列还蛮特别的。2、3、4我就不会推了。听说这是 BF5， 它的跟动其实跟 BF1 很像。
还有大逃杀。
你怎么过来了？亮在这里我不稀奇，猫皇在这里我比较稀奇。
发现的太迟了，居民。不是啊，我在这边没有很稀奇吧？
比较少看到。
妈，我只剩下杠，靠 you。靠呀！不要这样啊！我把我的资源用的差不多了，看，买一张。那剩下。我死了啦！应该会活得好好的。哎呀，我只剩下杠，靠 you。哦，原来他们原本是要开车啦。我看嘛，走路过去，哇嘞！难怪我没子弹啊！我怎么这么傻？
喵
喵！啊！子弹！第一次看到子弹会这么开心。我忘记我的单人鸟丝了。哇哦！没事，我来装一下子弹。哦，有，哦，又是子弹，哦 ，yes baby， 好，子弹多就是好。对不起，我错了，妈的！一次跳这么多，心脏受不了呢。这什么？Lost in the deck 是什么 ？deck 是啥？看他从楼上跑下来。deck 是啥？ 对。好，我现在要怎么出去？这里有那个。哎，保温瓶哎，保温瓶错。
Some of the taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
所以，可以试一下。开胡啊！
哦，你在开直播啊？那算了。
对、啊。
不好意思。对、啊。
要开门。
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
肯定的、啊，这什么？所以，这等一下不。啊，刚才没爆头，可以。哎呀，我拿到那个，一样要装一下。
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
我还有掉下去，是。哎，我刚看到这边好像有那个，对，这里有那个补给，这里有红头，就是这个地方，哦，有够黑，其他都不错。哎呦，我的老天鹅啊！我操！跟你说。啊，果然够黑，机车。散弹枪到现在都没有用过几下，也靠手枪解决，真不错。还行吧，感觉。哎呦，闪亮亮。OK 的。散弹枪子弹，我散弹枪快满了吧？没在用散弹枪啊。
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
最后比较求条吗？弹量偏高 ，OK 好，就是要近距离的伤害才会痛。我操！我靠油嘞！靠油！不是，我要拿这个。对不起，我错了，不要这样子。买一送一，得加补。8发，这就有一点尴尬。走，先给它开一下。我超丢，加油啊！没关系，我到了， 存档点。哦。等一下，我要去那边吗？我们不要去
The
啊。
dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
哦，这好不吉利哦，坟墓。
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
大圆板可能会引起癌症。哎，对。看，我都散弹枪了。我没有最爱的手枪了。大哥，给我个手枪吧，大哥，我要子弹啊！散弹枪给我的感觉很不安全。
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
有没有上啊？没东西。哎呦！哎呦！啊！走开！看你老是鸡蛋糕，看你老是鸡蛋糕，啊！
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan. The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
"奇怪，我刚才那样也会被撞，他妈的！" What？ 黑暗魅影出来啊，单挑啊！对，单挑啊！我是跑到那一边就安全，那边有亮亮的。 加步。啊，没事，慢慢走，慢慢走。有没有选择？啊，这。我卡他，快死了！我现在才不敢一直直接跑，哎呦，哎呦，穿过鬼阵，鬼阵是啥？鬼阵穿过了，这不是鬼阵哦，他说那个。哎呦，拜托让我求求你好不好？我的 fuck it， 绝对是这里！快点
I needed a key for the door.
I need the key! I need the key! 搞 key！ 这是 key。现在快！你的 key， 你老师，你的 key， 快点不要再这样开门了，快点，要解决快点！哎呦呀！没事。
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
所以说，赞恩。 猎枪吗？啊，散弹枪比较好。为什么我要做10万这个恐怖游戏？往这里走。
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
我才不要走快点啊！绝对有鬼，我跟你说。 绝对有鬼！
Birds.
他只要移过来我就照。那里好亮哦！我要顺着下去吗？现在矿坑呢？下去。知道，这里很难躲哎。没事的，没事的，绝对不会吓人的，都是我吓自己而已。对，都我吓自己。没事，没事，没事，没。Alice， 爱丽丝，你在哪？你不要在黑黑的洞里，我会怕。哎呦，哎呦，你手不好，你怎么会在洞里啦？哎呦，爱丽丝哦。
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
我现在回头还来得及。Alice?
Alice?
Alice?
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
所以我还要回头。我看完爱丽丝的动画，我还要回头。 没事。一枪在手，天下我有。散弹枪真的，滚动式的真的很屌。那就是一个另类的连闪，这个帮走。快到了。
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
我可以说这个爆肝难用。 这边亮亮的，让我很快乐。Deja vu。就可以了。我刚还以为我爬错地方。看一下哦。 哦，我出来了，总算是出来了。搞这种暴力嘛，每个都能踢的。看哦，要往下还是往上？不知道为什么，我的直觉为什么是往上？哦，走上来是对的。嗯。哦，要往下走。这里应该算是安全地带吧。
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
难受香菇，
难受香菇。
明明今天高高兴兴，喵喵。
我现在是明明今天高高兴兴，为什么我要作死玩这个游戏？明明今天高高兴兴，为何我玩这款游戏
？Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
哎，又是缆车，最后掉下去。哎呦，这会掉下去吧？哎呀，是派鸟攻击我！快到了！马蛋。真的是。后面有人呐、跑！哎呀！舒服。 会吧？又是缆车，缆车。不要。哦，我讨厌吊桥，你看。得加步，没事。哼，轻轻松松，简简单单 ，OK 的。还没有到，但哦，这里有，这里有。在这里。信号枪要有多子弹。我也要朝这里走。这里断了。
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
还好它够亮。上面有这么大的房子啊！Tom，爱心 ，You talk to me on TV， Tom。I miss you, Tom。他妈，对，好恐怖啊！照了才发现，这根本就是恐怖情人啊！拿散弹枪才是王道。哦，这个我不怎么缺那个。 啊，我不是，哎呦，没有啦。滚！我的信号弹，我的信号弹，我的信号弹，合掌！我操！我操！我操！不要这样，好吧？我操！啊，不错，棒棒！来啊！哎，好准！给加步！我靠，有哦！看到我信号弹无双，开无双就是丢，呵，啊，我现在要怎么走啊？对，好像可以。啊，我接下来要怎么走啊？应该可以穿过去，从哪过啊？哦，从上面，从上面。这是第3集啊，从这里跳过去，跳。Deja vu。呵，穿过了，继续往下跑。散弹枪好用，原装好吃的。
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
来喽，上船是不对的，来喽。我刚透过了那个书页，然后来预知了你的未来，你不能上船啊，来喽。
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find. Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought. Just let me get... I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Deja vu.
Wait! Are you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry! Please, late! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know!
哎呦，我的好基友巴瑞。
We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! Who just said we had her to make a play ball? You see? They get him writing for us! Please! Please! Oh! 说你到底为什么要抓走我？
有光。
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
Hey, 有人来了。
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
这边关了很多精神病患，就对了。要进去啊！这还有3楼啊！
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
我是日鬼。那我们来看一下现在几点。
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I got you. I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike.
It's trash, of course, but it does involve some small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark. Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom's just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens. What were they? Memory and thought. The hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, God.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake. A place of power.
We had parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
They're only in your head, and they're not there.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better. Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too. And I have to listen to them because they're not scared of me. And everyone should just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them. I take 2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Oh.
The doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them.
好了，往上走，往上走。
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key. Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Yeah, 看一下，光照它，对，然后走。这是彩蛋吧？这就是我的经历过程啊。张照啊，树挡人绕绕，远远的照，看得到东西。这感觉好像是作者。感觉可以找彩蛋。
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from your little wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya?
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded.
Not so weak now, are we?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
I'm taking it. We're on a comeback tour, baby.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
He's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs.
Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, I'm glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no...
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Find a way out.
楼上有发电机。 要从哪里走？哦，我要靠那个撞他。过来，我需要你 ，I need you。丢，对，好，哎呦，没关系，我可以跑。 真的还假的？
Al, I'm over here. I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
是，等我一下。等我一下哦，我去。看，又是迷宫，我的妈！要走迷宫。靠 you！ 我这样还要跟那个人。哎呀，我要往哪边走啊？是这哪里呀？走迷宫。东人email。 看来我是走对了。 对不对？
Channel, we turn it off. We don't want any fighting. It makes me.
我觉得要打 BOSS 还有敌人呢。
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
干死你！对不起，对不起，对不起，对不起，对不起，对不起。OK 的。第一局就不要省子弹。What the fucking bullshit！ 嘿，看到光了，我看到光了，就是这一道光。舒服。这是什么？下杠。我的那个拱洞室啊。看一下，这词是什么？ 众神的老莫特。
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
那11点了。安全地点。 不知道。感觉这水很黑啊。光没了，电池不够。7颗，普普通通了，应该是可以。过来，有信号弹，有这个。上是什么？感觉这里相当多东西。没错，有东西。
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
电池不够黑。
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
后面有僵尸。
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it!
Yes, right.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
它怎么可以这么黑啊？我也受够了。
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, How can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. You just need to find it.
Look out!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way! Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh? You have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
大哥，重点是我他妈还没枪，没枪、没武器、没手电筒 ，What the fuck？ 怎么活 ？What the fucking？ 哦，我跟了没有？等我出来好不好？等我出来好不好？不要这样。我错了还不行吗？
Crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through. I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate. I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
手无寸铁，没办法。靠右，干你！靠右！快点！
可以，我来陪你吗？
只有你可以。不行！不能跟他打，不能跟他打！我靠！What the fuck it？ 哎呀，不要！对不起，我错了，您的击败。Oh shit！ 啊，没有武器，好痛苦哦。谁可以救救我？没有武器，好痛苦。
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
没办法，谁叫你们是好基友呢？哦，废话，有强力的当然换强力的啊！我又不是智障，又不是白痴啊！强力的电就是多。你这边没有闪光弹，垃圾！没有闪光弹，没有那个。
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
The 享受生哦，又是这道光。
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
又是这道光。
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
靠腰。是捕兽夹，我靠！我靠呀！啊，你真的不会受伤啊！来，踩捕兽夹，来踩捕兽夹！我不相信你不会踩，靠腰，他真的不会受伤。看我还要自己躲，捕兽夹很多。拜托，母汤。2、3。Oh yes, buddy. Oh baby.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
我靠！重点是我拿的还是散弹，哇！要上去了。要怎么拿？上去啊！靠呀！干你啊嘞！哦哟！妈，为什么那边也有捕兽夹啊？我天天都有捕兽夹，我我的血都这样被扣了。我捕兽夹好烦啊！这群盗猎者真的是啊！继续，哦，又有了，好，我走过去，回避。 在回避，我在回避。哇！勒布呀，阿美呀，好呀。干 double kill 看我是不是 double kill 扯爆！我靠！我这样，我就是你。箱子，我没有感受到箱子的温暖。我没有注意到哎。好的，我不管了。谁马上 ？Yes！ 妈，上个厕所，好紧张。回来了，信号火炬又不是装饰品，用一下。嘿嘿嘿，我信号火炬就只会在人多的时候用。等一下。
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
会不会在里面？你有没有在里面？因为我们。
Hello? Anybody here? Barry.
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
还不管他嘞，我先搜索我的东西。他是肥肥，他要帮我挡子弹，他是肥肥。灰灰，帮我挡子弹，灰灰。这里。
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. My buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
啊，电视坏掉了。
Let me guess, Danny, huh?
Let me guess, Danny, huh? 让我猜猜是不是 Danny 啊
The front door was locked.
那我只能从哪里走？
I could climb out through the broken window.
少说嘛。
The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
哦，远在天边，近在眼，这不就是车吗？
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I made it this far myself. But Barry
对，我差
was
点错
Barry.
过了。It's Barry, it's Barry. 你好，我只能说这个开车，你知道吗？我有捡个咖啡罐啊，我还要下车才能拿，超麻烦。 这台车可以甩尾看。
喵
喵哦，真甩尾。我保守，这台车可以打滑，也可以甩。好，下车。
刚刚水修还有伊登大师他们都提议说我们来下来看可可，因为他正在玩游戏。
你要找对时间。 刚才在声音很大声、很恐怖的地方听不到讲话。可以呀、哎呦，我这样跳也会受伤。这红红的是什么啊？不能点算。
这红红的是失败的女生，
没有吓到。
因为我扑街了，所以她躺在地板上，看起来像一坨纸。
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
哇，
所以呢，
这是不好下，进动画了。
Out! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
小张很不好意思。
这个好丢啊！这个好丢啊！
好了，我要去。
So glad you decided to go it alone.
这好丢啊！
We have to fight them all! I can tell!
开始下下，这好帅哦！遭到猫滑。
Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stocked! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
我靠我！哎，老子不怕。想不到。
Here we go! Barry Wheeler to the rescue!
好气牛仔。
靠油！
手凉凉送给前面众人说。
看凉凉，靠背怎么能
So glad you decided to go it alone.
先拿这个，是该啥拿这个。
Shut up and shoot! Al, we have to fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here to help you out! Hey, Al, did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stocked! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
老子是假的，来给你吃烟火，好爽啊！干好爽啊！好舒服哦！是的，舒服。
I'll get them working again, I promise!
超舒服。好像僵尸哦。
Stay in the light!
哇，我现在好像那个演唱会舞台的那个主角。
Why do you keep doing this to me?
哎呦
Sorry, please, please, please!
真的好乱啊！
其他人都在打场了，对。
感受不出来。哦呀，有什么不同？ 好爽哦，这边超爽的。 这是射击啊！不要上来！好爽啊！
绝对不是什么恐怖游戏。
看，就这边超爽，最爽的就这边了吧？爆炸，还原地爆炸。
That was awesome!
Rock and roll！
应该是不是超王子啊
？Hey, ow! This way to the farm!
我只看到一堆人，我没有中暑。
怎么没有中暑？
这只竹鼠好像中暑了，不如我们带它去。
啊！我有找到那个游戏啊，改天来玩那个小游戏。
See, bestseller, no reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
感觉要上去。这个楼梯。哇，看来那只鼠中暑了，我们不如把它烤来吃吧。
我们带它去河边炖了。这只可可好像中暑了，
掉下来了。不会啊，我不会中暑。大概了。
大概了。
Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
好，依旧了。那现在就是下去，下去，哦，就靠于我干你。 然后我也瞬间，
我知道他们有一堆人在讨论肥肥的声优，然后呢，有人说，有人就感觉就看起来就是哇被圈粉了，被圈粉。
肥肥吗？
高能圈粉，对啊，圈粉。
肥肥很漂亮呢，
高端呢。
Oh, Night Springs, man.
肥肥超漂亮的呢，不要看她这样呢。
这里都很会唱歌。
对啊，就跟水修一样。
我不会，也不是说我不会唱歌啊，我会唱歌，但是只是唱的不好听。
有啊，正妹都会唱歌，水修超正翻。
可是我不会唱，而且我也不在。我很丑。 而且我很凶残。
我还
The
不
Viking
相
boat looked
信呢。
imposing, almost like a battering ram.
我真觉得我 ID 真的，我的昵称真的是每次改都很强，强爆。其实这游戏最高难的是什么？
哦，鬼又要来了！我就知道 surprise motherfucker。
这个游戏到底是作者暗期的什么东西？
我不知道，可是我觉得它剧情真的还蛮……感传说中的转角遇到爱，吓死我！
这游戏的意义到底是什么？教你如何应用手电筒。
可能是因为我玩的是简单模式。
玩困难游戏，再玩难一点。
玩困难，我大概就等死了。这游戏
是弹幕游戏，变成弹幕游戏，感觉像一个神经病 要拿到手电筒来乱飞。哎，找了一个太好了，什么情况？
强啊！
I think we can make it through here, Al.
巴瑞在哪里啊？他说可以从那边钻过去。
留下来的菜。
这里不能走哦，这里啊。那怎么过去啊？跳过去。
偷偷的，偷这个，
我不会过去啊。
是跳跳哎！
哦，是跳跳哦，有了有了。哎，卡住了。
跳跳哎！
我卡住了。
但我还有，10岁已经不算
就还是我还有那个事。
哦，还有
对我来说，不管任何时刻都是我还有那个事。
是吗？我都也差不多了。看我起床的时间。
其实我也差不多啦，只是我就，为什么会有一个人这样？为什么会有一个人烦死了，一直纠缠的？我真的很讨厌被别人纠缠。
谁纠缠你啊？我帮你打他。
可是他是病患，我还是不能不理他。
我也是个病患，为什么你都不理我？
我也是个病患。
因为可可你没救了。
我也是个病患，我是中二病患。
我也是个病患，
我是
个病患。
我有心病。
就有一个大概小我几岁的小孩子，他忽然觉得他好烦呀。
哦，你就说他妈的小屁孩。
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
妈蛋！怎么会有这种提拔人啊？还会躲在草丛里面，然后蹲人。他盖伦如果是盖伦2代啊，看你嘞！会讨厌这种提拔。
是在问叔叔，那个你是在讲他吗？
我这是我最爱啊！好烦啊！突然觉得他好烦啊！
好烦。
反正不是先追就对了。
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you?
我的病患是有点多了。
I could see the building that had to be the entrance hall on the other side of the cave. It wasn't far enough. I wasn't worried about trusting Grandma's to burn down Jerry after Rex. They had the building.
是什么样的病患吗？我个人觉得就是一般来说他算理性了，一般来说。
有没有中二病病患啊？
也是比较麻烦。
有，我是。
该怎么说就是，
等一下，我在稻草堆里面。
对吗？在实际里面买有点神，所以
可可是不是听的？完全听不懂呢。所以人家是中二病患的是。
现在算上来。
啦啦啦啦啦啦！爸爸快掉了。谢谢。快点救爸爸死掉了。
要往哪边走？哪边？
没时间解释了，快上车。
往前对不对？不是，他现在开的车，要不然撞我！
上车！
上个爸爸不要忍耐了啦，赶快上车！哎，等我，赶快上车，再看一个。
奇怪，这不是他家吗？为什么打不开门？哎呀！我到底哪里做错了？
你就直接把一个爸爸死掉了。爸爸看掉了。就要睡觉。
不是，我这要怎么走？
不知道。
奥春，我卡关了，奥春。
下吧。这个感觉宝宝家好好笑。
奥春在哪里？奥春，我走得到对不对啊？房子啊！看他撸我一下，我的心就痛了一下。他没开啊，不是靠他撞吗？不是靠他撞吗？我觉得我还能拯救一下。等一下，不是，你不要追我，你不要！你不要追我，我要闪动。好蠢！拯救我！我卡关！我卡关了！好蠢啊！牛呀！哎呦！ 把它消灭掉啊！我早说，我丢你！早说嘛，原来是要把它打掉。哦，这只凶哦。来啊，单挑啊！嫩，垃圾，嫩，哼！谷仓的门，谷仓是哪里啊？哦，对。嗯？谷仓的门。谷仓，
差不多。
谷仓在哪里？谷仓的门在哪里？嗯，我这里什么时候谷仓的门？迷路啦！
你找不到门就自己开一个啊，没事。
这里吗？蹲下，我有没有蹲下键？没有蹲下键。
没有蹲下键，你就先头撞过去啊，撞出一个洞就行，没事。
不是谷仓的门，谷仓这边吗？
只要潇洒，为时间就把夜做漂泊山崖。黑丝挂着天赋万望之一场，爱与不提，只因为无从作答。死命无情，索性莫要在意他。男儿自当磊落，胸怀凌云壮阔，尽情世界闪烁，将千个真浑浊，为你追星劫火，换我多添心魔。深入功过，说管他人，我和平说。恭喜哦！飞雪为追坑割舍，脱缰途，一换天长。说着你人哪个来夺？守家国，一血赴朝歌。因你看不透内心执着，融化梦，千九万余我，毁天灭地便重新雕琢。
你在唱什么歌啊？
豆腐秋波，
我个豆浆的豆腐。
Come on now, open the door already. Seriously,
麦片。
Hey, let's go.
阿瑞，走。
西瓜。
牛奶。
这首是香
蕉。
香蕉巴拉。巧克力。
I think that's the farm on the other side of the field.
巧克力，我想一下。
可可。
We should feel right.
牛奶。
皮蛋瘦肉粥。
广东粥。
玉米蛋饼。
鲔鱼蛋饼。我要来。
cheese 蛋饼。
等一下，我等一下看动画，安静一下。如果看到动画的，然后我要看动画，拜托。
动画。
夜火苍云阁感觉很
豆花，
事情的感觉很
动画。
检查保险丝和保险色在哪？我只知道保温瓶，咖啡保温瓶。
豆花，那就让你开花，没事。
对，屁眼没事。
哦，这里还有乐团的东西，这什么东西
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
保险丝和保险丝在哪？国外的保险丝都会做在哪里啊？外面。
好，保险丝。他们想到那个什么狼人杀，类似狼人杀的东西。
哦，恭喜恭喜恭喜你啊！恭喜恭喜恭喜你！
I thought the Andersons were in the booby edge.
恭喜恭喜恭喜你啊！可是还没过新年呢。
哦，阅读题组哇，讨厌厌。
我欠
新的束缚。
我欠了好多东西没看。
这是英文，还好。
亿万人常抱着怨受到各种限制束缚，殊不知如果没有这些限制束缚，我们可能仍旧处于一片混沌之中。
哦，保险丝看到了啦。
如果我们的视觉和听觉能接受任何波长的声光，如果我们的寿命无限，那么我们可以，那么我们可能一事无成。我这篇文章可留在3000万年后才行。那你怎么赶快死一死？3000年后。
Cynthia Weaver。
猜猜。
很像某种论文。
讨厌。
阅读题真的很简单，阅读题上这么多题，
人生有限。
看动画喽。
选一些有名的。
动画念快一点。动画。
Okay. We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
动画。
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry. This is.
高丽菜。
Yeah.
煎鱼、草鱼，没有草鱼吧？
哎呦，让我看一下动画嘛，让我进个动画。
炒小鱼干。
OK 的，好不？
Seriously, we don't get
along,
we're gonna find her, right? You're a crazy bastard. I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure.
I'm a writer, god damn it.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
如果我们的寿命有无限，那么我们可能一事无成。
这2个人都躺了。
说什么？你说。
这2个人都睡着了。
大部分时间都看这个题组。只有20页呢。20页除以。
What？ 这里是哪里啊？
根本。
等一下。
再见，撒由那拉。
哦
，Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
让我看一下动画。
It was a crazy drunken dream.
等一下。
Yet it was more than that. It was the truth. A suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls. The night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remember being surprised to see the countdown. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
哎呦，灰灰，让我看一下动画嘛。
I remembered thinking. I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, The next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript.
启智嘞，启示。那我就猪 C 猪
I
好。
couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
通常猪跟 C 这个答案最容易出现，所以我就选猪 C 猪。嘿呀嘿呀。
Alice.
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
阅体检最多的叫做
BC。
I've been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
提示生命的善而有意义，珍惜生命远离毒品。不是你的毒品是哪里来的？
Maybe she's inside.
去骗你啊
Alice!
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
数学，讨厌厌，我是真讨厌东西。
我知道，我知道，我知道，我知道，我好像都在帮
Yes, that's where she is. You
只
can
要那个
apologize.
连那补习班，
You laugh at the whole thing together.
然后不会的就那个，不会的就赶快偷偷拿手机拍一拍，然后传给我，然后我直接，然后我直接告诉他答案，然后这样。
She's not here. You were foolish to think so.
告诉他
No,
答案，
she's
快点快点，
dead.
写上
She
贴上去，
drowned.
什么鬼？
No,
然后
no,
他
no!
然后
It's your
然后
fault
今天
your
然后他
wife
那
is
个
dead.
好像是从
You
那个
are
从补习
guilty.
班回家的时候，
All she wanted was to help you right.
那今天满满的。
You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things.
妈叔应该说
She
是
wanted
补
you
习
to
班都没
write.
有体检的吧？
I will tell
我
you
甚至
what
一
to
件
do.
不记得。反正我知道，反正就是要作弊的都直接说，帮我看一下。
You can write her
这
back.
个手机记错。
The story will come true, and all will be well again.
直接傻眼。
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for
每次我
her.
看到说今天想说，这是小学的吧？
人稿就是代价。
Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back.
我看错了，都是打字机。
No. I wrote it.
144跟
I remembered it all
192的
now.
头发。
In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. We'll know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my larva a long time ago. She was so old.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night.
Oh, 第一集原来是这样子啊！
I wrote it. It's my
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
恭喜我，我玩完第4集了。
恭喜你
！Yes，
恭喜你，恭喜你。
Previously on Alan Wake. Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The leg, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
看到某个好像原本说要去睡。
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Festa? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up. Let's try to hold it in until tomorrow and get through the night in one piece, all right?
Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Oh, wait, we're in jail now?
好，我先玩到这边。
是不是可以考虑北京还是上海？
我先玩到这边，下次再玩。
感觉上海也不是可以考虑。
我玩到第5集啊。棒。结束了。我要关直播了。
好不？
我要关直播，然后可以来讲干话了。